All right, just let me put it in my pocket. Oh, let me check. Oh, it is recording. All right, put it in my pocket. Oh, wait. Oh, these shorts have a small pocket. All right, mic is under the shirt. All right. Bing bong, ba bong, bing bong, ba bong, 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 bing bing bong, bing bong, ba bong, 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 bong. It's another episode of our Sky Community Podcast, the Bikecast Rambling Edition by Uyghur the Farmer. Yeah. Oh, I think it's gonna rain. I feel some drops. Anyway, here we are. Thursday morning, biking to work. Thinking about No Man's Sky, talking about it, and kind of wondering what we're going to do. And so this episode, I think we're going to, there was an article, rock, paper, shotgun, and they were talking about whether or not, they were almost sad to see No Man's Sky being released, because so much of the fun of this game, like black and white and I would also say Fable and to some degree Destiny, although that wasn't mentioned in the article, is hype, is imagination, is all these things, because humans and gamers have the wildest imagination, and developers do too. They are just bursting at the seams with imagination, and they want it to be true so bad. And so the big question is that, is a game like No Man's Sky, is it better to exist in the imagination, or is it going to be just as good when we have it on paper, or do we want it on down so we can grab it and play with it and move on? And okay, so No Man's Sky comes out on August the 9th. We've been dreaming about it, we've been wanting it, but we've been burned. We've been burned so many times in the past. So many game releases come, and there's no way that they can hold up to the advertising and marketing juggernauts of this world. And we, the critical and discerning gamers, grab it and play with it and toss it aside and want to consume the next thing. And so, there's already voices out there basically saying, what are we going to do? Where's the organization? All these sort of things. And my hope is that there is little to no organization or rules, but that the universe doesn't limit us. And I think that's the big thing, right? Like, there was some questions about, are there going to be cities on planets, or are there going to be planetary defenses or homes and all these sort of things? And I think right now the thing is no. The game is about pushing forward. It's about being an explorer, a person on the frontier. And if you're Jacques Cartier and you're exploring Canada when it was unexplored, were there cities? No. Were there little settlements? Yeah. But it was more about pushing forward and finding the next thing. But what I hope is that No Man's Sky is like, how to describe it? almost like Wikipedia, this blank slate that we can start defining the world. And already in the No Man's Sky forums, it's, organization, self-organization is already happening. Breaking up the player base into self-chosen things like science and exploration and trade and piracy and then actually having specific roles, or at least, so if you are in the science thing, that you are naming things properly, you are documenting, you are figuring out how this universe works. And really, in the end, it's like maybe your goal is to figure out how the algorithm works underneath, like you are trying to figure out how the matrix works. So, and I kind of just hope that that's how this game goes, that it's like the real world, in that we leave it up to the humans playing to do what it is they want to do. So, I'm sure this isn't in No Man's Sky yet, but imagine if you could start crafting construction machines, or even if it's like basic like Minecraft, and you can start building cities, building worlds. You find a world that you like and that you love, and you can sit down. And I almost kind of feel that at some point in this game's development, it's gonna have to do that. So gamers are one of the most, well, actually it's not even gamers, because it's this binge watching, binge playing mentality is just, it's part of the zeitgeist now. So when you think about like Netflix and Stranger Things, or the new Orange is the New Black, or whatever it is, when these things come out, like, you have almost no choice but to binge watch. When the new Destiny expansion, Rise of Iron, comes out on September the 20th, Destiny players will have almost no choice but to binge play that thing, pushing aside family and friends, except their online friends, and a rush to the top. And that's going to happen in No Man's Sky. There are going to be people that, if the goal is to reach the center of the universe, that they will spend every free waking moment and get to the center of the universe, and then it'll be like, this game's dead, it's done. And like Pokemon, there are people who have reached the top level of Pokemon, or they've got all the Pokemons and they've got whole towns, they've got all the gyms in the town, and that's it. And the only thing left to do is to do the same thing. And despite the fact that No Man's Sky has, 18 quintillion planets, if they're essentially, combinations of 50 planets, then people are going to figure out those 50 planets pretty quick, get a routine down, automate things like people in Japan playing Pokemon Go and putting their phones on model train sets to simulate walking. People are going to do it. And so then what happens? What happens with the game? If there's nothing left, then there's nothing unknown. And so I kind of hope that eventually No Man's Sky or whatever game comes of it, I really hope it's No Man's Sky because I'd like to invest in just one game. If No Man's Sky ends up being a freedom simulator, maybe that's what the American democracy system is. It's a freedom simulator. No, seriously. No Man's Sky, it's an exploration and freedom simulator. And, you know, kind of imagine it like Oregon Trail, the game Oregon Trail, or anything else that you just go and explore and you just keep moving. And you find more and more new things and you just keep moving. And as opposed to something like Red Dead Redemption, where you don't explore. The world is fixed and you do your missions and you do your player interactions and that's it. And you spend 100 hours in that world and then it's done. I want, what I would love with No Man's Sky is that if there is no way in any amount of player time that you can feel like you've accomplished something. It's a scary thought, right? Because gamers want to platinum a game. They want to finish it, they want to consume every piece of it, and then they want to check it off their list. And I'd love to see something where it's kind of impossible. It's like one of the medals is like spend 1,000 years in game hours in the game or something like that, or 1,000 game days. And that it would be like physically and practically almost impossible unless you played the game for like, I don't know, 5 or 10 years. And so then there'd be no way of like rushing it. And you know what? That's gonna turn off a lot of people. But it'll also attract a certain amount. And you know what'd be crazy amazing? Is if Hello Games releases their universe engine. I don't know if open source is the right thing, but just releases it. Or releases an API, a modding system that you as a developer, maybe they limit to non-studios, it's like AAA, it's non-AAA, it's just individual gamers and individual developers. If you can claim a solar system, because there's enough, and you can do whatever you want in that solar system. What you do is you set up your own server, and that server has taken now the seed of the solar system. It has to be able to scale up to the number of check-ins. You know, there's going to be some sort of requirement there, and that you can then take that solar system and start building on it. It's not in the No Man's Sky distributable, but now you start, it's almost like the Unreal Engine. You get a set of tools, and so you don't necessarily get the randomness, or not the randomness, you don't get the procedural part of things, you get the solar system. And now you can start building from that solar system, and you get to be a god of the solar system. Because chances are, no one unless they're invited is ever going to find that solar system. So you can be pretty much sure that you can just do whatever you want. I was doing some looking around for other procedural generation universe things, and there's a couple really cool ones out there, and there's ones that you can basically do the universe exploration. It doesn't cost anything. You download it, 100 megs, and you're set. And just love to see something like that happen. Not that it happens right away. Oh, there's a bunch of geese crossing the road. Hold on, I just gotta stop cars. Stop! Stop! Sorry about the yelling there. All right. A lot of geese. Sorry, I'm sure in the part of the podcast I got incredibly loud. I don't know how I'm gonna warn people because I don't edit this thing. Oh boy. Car almost just ran over like 15 Canada geese. Anyway, so I think you get what I'm trying to say. I don't want to just see this game be what's released and then nothing happen. I want this to be like building of a house, and this is the foundation and the frame, and then we can do whatever we want to with the house. You know, I can't wait to be there, to be a GDC about this game and to really see what's going on underneath, to really see what the technical requirements are. I want the future of gaming to be pushed forward. So, you know what? I really don't, I can't really think anymore with the whole like saving that flock of geese from being killed. So I'm gonna sign off now. But before I do, why don't you follow us on Twitter, and it's at our Sky Community, and you should also hit up at the No Man's Sky and sign up to the forum. Honestly, just do it. It's so awesome and chill. It's a really good group of community, and really knowledgeable, and it's a great place to start. And of course, if you this is a community podcast, so if you have something unique to say, if you have something that you think no one's ever heard of before, if you've managed to wrangle up an interview, or you have a recording of you and some of your friends trying to figure out what this game No Man's Sky is all about, why don't you submit some audio? You know, I think the first thing you should do is hit up the forums, see what's being discussed, see if you can get people to know who you are. And once you've kind of made a name for yourself and you see what's going on, then let's see about getting some audio shared. And, you know, I'll try to retweet and like. Already had 2 community submissions, and one of those is already a moderator now on the forums. So get in early, and have some fun. Whew. Heading up a hill. So our website again is oursky.space, and we got all the good things: iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and the forum. And that is just one drop of the huge community that's forming around this game. And it's soon, August the 9th. So, with that being said, this is Uyghur the Farmer, be excellent to one another, and party on, dude.